I'm Swami Satyalokananda. I joined Ramakrishna Order 1976 February. I just jumped from Japan to Bilrumat, and then there I joined. Then first 1 year I was in Bilrumat pre-probationers training center. Not even a probationer, pre-probation, 1 year. Then I was sent to Hyderabad, where Swami Ranganathananda was there as in charge. Then next 3 years I was there, first as a Bandari, kitchen in charge. Then next Pujari. Then I went to Belrumat back to undergo Brahmachari's training. Then after that, actually I thought of this staying in the Mayavati, Himalaya, but they sent me to Shamratan. 2 months I was there, Shamratan. Then there I got the hill dysentery, so it was severe. The in-charge Swami was afraid. He sent me to Lucknow. Their treatment was done. 2 months I stayed there, and then I had a very blessed opportunity to mix with Swami Shanta Swarupananda. Name itself shows Shanta Swarupa. He was Mahapurush Maharaj's disciple, and he was for many years sent to USA. Especially he was in charge of Berkeley Center, and then he influenced, and then many Swamis joined. So he was under very famous Swami called Swami Ashokanandaji. Swami Ashokanandaji was very famous for his intellectual brilliance. When he was selected and then to go to San Francisco, Dr. Radhakrishnan, who was at the time professor in Presidency College in Kolkata, he expressed one of the best brains we will be losing. And then Ashokanandaji was initiated by Swami Vivekananda by vision. He saw Swamiji, and Swamiji gave him the mantra. So anyway, later if topics comes, I will elaborate. So for Shamratar, then to Lucknow, then I went back to Belrumat. Then again they decided to send me back to Hyderabad. Why I preferred Mayavati was there are 2 reasons there. Why is cool weather? You see, Hyderabad was very hot for me, though Ranganathananda was there. Then another charm was Swami Bhajananandaji, who was an editor, and then he used to write wonderful articles, and everybody respected. He was enlightened soul. Actually, he became very, very famous through his editorials. Now he is one of our vice presidents. He lives in Belrumat. So that was charm, but I couldn't go. Then back to Pavilion. So I returned to Hyderabad, and then there I stayed till 1996. First, after returning, I again did the Pujari. Bandari I did out, then the librarian assistant to School of Languages, and then Sevak of Swami Ranganathanandaji, next secretary. And I went with him all over India. Especially every year I used to come. Ranganathanandaji used to give the lecture in Ficchi Italian, very famous. Sangita Kala Bihari people used to organize. So 3 days, intense program, packed audience. Aisles everywhere, they're occupied by audience. So Delhi, Bombay, Chennai, Bangalore, everywhere, wherever he went, I used to come. Then 96, I left. I took leave, 6 months leave, and then went to Japan. Then after returning, I was 1 year Advaita Ashram in Calcutta. I used to do proofreading. Then after 1 year, they sent me to Singapore. So since 1998, May, I have been staying in Singapore. So almost 26 years I've been there. I look after kindergarten. That is one of the best kindergartens in Singapore. So that is my short introduction. Okay. Now today happened to be the Swami Saradanandaji's, one of the direct disciples' birthday. So he has composed a beautiful stotra called Ramakrishna Sangha Stotra. So this start, I'll start with this. Sarva Dharma Sthapakasvam Sarva Dharma Swarupakaha Sarva Dharma Sthapakasvam Sarva Dharma Swarupakaha Acharyanam Mahacharyo Ramakrishna Yate Namaha Ramakrishna Yate Namaha Yathagner Dahika Shakti Ramakrishna Stitahiya Yathagner Dahika Shakti Ramakrishna Stitahiya Sarva Vidya Swarupanta Saradam Pranamamyaham Saradam Pranamamyaham Paratadve Sadarino Ramakrishna Samajnaya Paratadve Sadarino Ramakrishna Samajnaya Yo Dharma Sthapanarato Viresham Tannamamyaham Viresham Tannamamyaham Kalindi Phulakamale Madhavena Pridarata Kalindi Phulakamale Madhavena Pridarata Brahmananda Namastubhyam Sadguru Lokanayaka Sadguru Lokanayaka Yogananda Premanandas Channe Vayecha Parshadahat Yogananda Premanandas Channe Vayecha Parshadahat Ramakrishna Gata Prana Sarvanstam Pranamamyaham Sarvanstam Pranamamyaham. As today is Sharat Maharaj's birthday, so I want to read from his sayings. If despondency comes, then drive it away by thinking thus: I am his handmaid, his daughter, his part and parcel. Obviously, by this we can understand Sharat Maharaj's disciple, women disciple, must have asked the question. So he is replying to that. My Guru and my chosen deity, Ishtadevata, are always holding me by the hand, and they are doing that which is for my good. Bring courage to your mind by thus thinking, and thinking of Shri Shri Thakur daily. Perform the japa of that mantra, about the repetition of which I have already told you. If the mind does not become steadily fixed at the feet of Shri Thakur, then pray to him with yearning. Oh Thakur, please make my mind steady. Know definitely that Shri Shri Thakur is hearing all your words and is able to know all your thoughts and moods. Whatever you ask for him with yearning, that indeed you will get. So, direct disciple is assuring us, this is one, then see another. If you get joy from meditating on the bija of your mantra, then do that. You want to know how to meditate on the name. Try to concentrate on the sound produced by the name. Then the mind will become calm and peaceful. The name of your Ishta is Brahman. say the scriptures, bliss will come only by taking the name. So importance of japa, he is stressing this. Then the Bhagavad Gita says, he who finds action in inaction and inaction in action, he is a perfect yogi. Amidst the hectic surroundings and the crowds of devotees and monks, Saradananda continued working on his important work. One day, some young monks were talking loudly and laughing in the Udubodhan office, adjacent to the Swami's room. Those who have visited there, Mayurabari, they will know where our Swamiji used to write books, everything, and meet people. And the mother used to stay upstairs. So now, Golapma scolded them. Golapma is one of the attendants, very fierce. Scolded them. Shame on you! Mother is upstairs and Sharat is doing serious work. And you boys are the Swami. You boys are making such a great noise. Overhearing her loud voice, the Swami, Sharat Maharaj, said to her, well, Golapma, please do not give your ears to them. It is the nature of the boys to behave like that. Our boys are here, very quiet. So, I am so close to them, but I do not listen to what they are talking about. This is the greatness of Sharat Maharaj. I have told my ears, do not listen to anything that is unnecessary. So my ears are not listening to them. Sharadananda had total control over his sense. That's why Sharat Maharaj is compared as the Sthita Prajna. In the Gita, second chapter, we have the description of Sthita Prajna. And the Sharat Maharaj is always calm, quiet. He could absorb anything, everything. Calm, always his mind was. That's why Swamiji assigned the duty of secretary, Ramakrishna Mission secretary. At that time, General Secretary Sip was not there, only secretary. And it was just beginning, expanding slowly. And so many things he had to do. He was called back from USA and then take charge of this. Who is the most suitable person? Swamiji taught Sharat Maharaj. So Sharat Maharaj's nature was like that. Then once a brahmachari told Saradananda, Swami, we have so many defects. I doubt whether the master will ever reveal himself to unfortunate ones like us. Consoling the brahmachari, the Swami said, go on calling the master. As a goldsmith heats an alloy to remove the impurities, so the master will remove all impurities from your mind and give shape to it. He will definitely reveal himself to you. Do not fear, have faith. So this is a very encouraging word. See, we have satsanga. Here what you will get. See, we talk about only God. And that also encouraging word. So that our life's aim to be fulfilled. So here, all of Mahapurush Maharaj, Sharat Maharaj, then Swamiji, all inspiring and assuring. That is very, very important. And then really they are assuring. So we feel, yes, we have come here. And here is a person. Thakur is there, mother is there. Mother always told, whenever you face a difficulty, a time of difficulty, remember me, I am there. So here, Sharat Maharaj also, do the worship with feeling. So everybody in the morning, we do worship for Thakur. There are various kinds of, you see, with items we can do, or Manasa Puja, we can do in the mind. So what is most important? The essential thing is love. If it is there, everything will be there. When the japa and the dhyana are finished, offer japa saying, Lord, do that by which knowledge and real good come, and then pray to him. Even if you do not get flowers, sandal paste, etc., think, Lord, let the feeling that I give away everything at your feet be constant. So he stresses what is most important: our love for God, our feeling for God. That is most important. So, with these words, now, what to spend? This time, I went, first landed in Belmont. Then, next day, I went around, starting from Dakshineshwar. Now, fortunately, we have a center at Dakshineshwar. Now, monks are staying. Future, they are thinking to open for the devotees. Devotees also can stay there. Then you can go easily to have darshan. Morning arati also you can attend, or evening arati. No need to go back to Belmont, they say. So from there started. Then we had a nice darshan of mother. Actually, when I went the last time, that is 4 years ago, I was blessed to get into the Garbhagriha. There I could use. This time, because of it seems COVID, they do not allow anybody to get in. But just in front, they took us, and then beautiful image of Mother Kali. I had a darshan. Then we went to Kashipur Garden House, where Ramakrishna Vivekananda Samadhi. So then to various places, Baranagor, then Swamiji's house, then Kotamrita Bhavan, M's house, where M has written down that wonderful book, Katha Amrita, Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. That is really creating the miracle all over the world. See, I am sure everybody must have felt when first read. I recount the story. About 1980s. Yes, I think 1980s. So suddenly Swami Ranganathananda Ji received a letter from Eastern Europe country. Exactly, I forgot which country, either Romania or not Yugoslavia, that area. For them to get the book on religious subjects are so difficult. So this person first started the Hatha Yoga, then came to know about Ramakrishna Vivekananda. Then somehow he came to know that you people maybe Devika Rani, you know Devika Rani. So they wrote a letter to this husband and wife. Alexander was named. Now I remember Alexander, Mr. Alexander, the young man. He wrote a letter to Devika Rani. So if possible, somehow can we get this gospel or Ramakrishna's Vivekananda literature? Then Devika Rani asked him to write to Swami Ranganathananda Ji, because Devika Rani knew Swami Ranganathananda Ji. Devika Rani, you know, this, who married with a Russian mystic, Nikolai Lely. You check it if you don't know. So Maharaj received. Now Maharaj at that time used to go every year to Australia, USA, and Europe. And sometimes government of India, especially, they thought sending Ranganathananda Ji as a cultural ambassador is more effective than sending him any other delegation. So Maharaj went more than 50 countries as a cultural ambassador of India to many countries. Now, every year he used to go and conduct a retreat in Germany. One German lady was there, Mrs. Ilse Busch. She used to organize a retreat. And then Holland also, there was a Professor Jo Orshoven. He used to conduct retreat for Swamiji, and many Europeans, they used to come. Of course, you see, some of them, they can't understand English, so Maharaj will start speaking fast in Holland. This doctor, what's the name? Rama Pordaman. His name is Rama. Why? He was born in Indonesia. You see, Dutch occupied Indonesia, you know. So he was named Rama. So Pordaman is their surname. So he was a doctor, at the same time magician, first class magician. He went to Japan and appeared in the national TV showing the magic. So he will, with magic, say, something come up, Swamiji, please speak slowly. Like that. So now this is a version. So she is organized. So Maharaj returned to her. Now here is a young man who wants to know about the Ramakrishna Vivekananda. Please try to send, if possible, the whatever literature in proper route. Then, after some months, he replied to Swamiji, Swamiji, I am so grateful I have received the books which I wanted, and then I cannot express my joy. Only I can say, when you read for the first time Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, the same joy I also felt. That is beautiful, no? See, when I read Ramakrishna's Gospel in Japan, in Japanese, here is a man, very simple person, but telling the truth directly and also experience, talking with God. Here almost after 20 years. So now, just I was wondering, wherever I went, say, many people are interested. Swamiji, you are Japanese. How did you join here? How you came to know all this? So I told, first I thought about speaking about one abhyasa. That I came up with this idea. Usually sometimes we have a retreat in Singapore, so I think and what I should speak. So abhyasa I thought, but many people are curious to know. So I thought of this speaking. Actually, today, unannounced, I went to one of the devotees' house after meeting many years after. So they also, satsang was going on, so Swami, you have to speak. So I spoke my experience. Now, just if time is there, then I'll touch the abhyasa also. But this also very, very important. Now, all of you are born into the Hindu family, and then automatically you become a Hindu. Now, if you observe, some people, they seek to know more about it. No? Then real spirituality starts. Till then, it is not. So Swami Ranganathananda coined the word static piety and then dynamic spirituality. What is static piety? Any religions, for example, Christianity, every Sunday, they go to church, they listen sermon, they return. Here, see, any day, they go to mandir, and then they bell and pray, they return. Do you find any change in your mind? Ask that question. You see, Ranganathan says. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, continuing the same practice, but no change in my heart. Same thing is other religions also. They go. Why you go? No, this is a custom. I have to be religious. It's in a way good. Swamiji also says, born in church is good, but not to die there. Says you have to how to go grow. So here comes a dynamic spirituality. When you go, now what do you pray? That's also important. Mostly me and mine. Me and mine. Welfare of me and mine. You can go still further. You can embrace all. So there comes my character has been changed for better. Am I becoming the better person by visiting the temple or churches or Buddhist temples? You have the conversation with God or Buddha or Jesus. What kind of conversation you find? And then if you observe all the saints, also the rishis, Upanishadic rishis, including the Nachiketa in Upanishad, what they do? Questioning. The greatness of Indian literature is a questioning. You ask, what is the truth? I want to know. Ramakrishna, he was not satisfied as a mere, just a bhakta, doing worship. Ma, you have shown to the Ram Prasad. Why not me? If you are really there, please show me. That question comes. Swami Vivekananda also saying, have you seen God? really God exists or not, searching after. Then Buddha himself, he was not satisfied as a prince. Inner anxiety was there. Suffering, saying, what is the solution? I have to solve it. Must be there. In that way, if you see, when seeking is there, this spirituality grows. So also, in my case, I never imagined that I will come to the religious side. When I was 17 years old, I suddenly started reflecting, seeing my parents. My father getting up morning, having breakfast, and they go to office, and then time comes, he'll come back. This he repeats till he retires. Mother, as a housewife, feeding a body, prepares breakfast, then set off father and me, and then rest of house chores. And then again, we come back, prepares everything, and then this will go on. Then what is waiting for them? What happens when they die? Is it over? See, though in Japan, Buddhism is the main, and then we know something about the karma, but very hazy ideas. And then Buddhists generally they consider when somebody passes away, they go to their own Buddhist temples to conduct a funeral ceremony. That is their job. Just like Brahmins. What the Brahmins they do here, Buddhist priests they do. Except marriage. Marriage hardly happens, but mostly related to the funerals. When children are born, they go to Shinto shrines. That is. And then, because of World War II influence, religions are not taught in the school. So I never imagined Buddhism will give the answer to the life's question. So then I started to say, then what is the meaning of life? Just we are born here, we do mechanically all sorts of things, and then finally, goodbye. Then, that's all. So that question came deep into my mind. Then I never thought, as I said, Buddhism will give the answer. So what I did was, you see, very, what you call, popular writers are there. So, very serious writers. So I started reading. They might give answers, but I couldn't find. Then in the meantime, I had to prepare for the university examination. So just I kept aside. But once I got into university, we had plenty of time. In Japan, unfortunately, students they don't study much, especially if you go to art, except engineering and the doctors. So I joined the economics. At the time, all over the world, the students' turmoil was there, and then strike was there. Our university was closed for almost 6 months, etc. So in the meantime, I met many people, like-minded people. Then we formed a group called. There only I came to know existentialism. This is a philosophy at the time very popular, especially the French author Sartre. He was a French author, also a philosopher. Then a famous writer, he might have got the Nobel Prize, I think it is, Camus. Then German writer called Kafka. Russian Dostoevsky. Then what else are there? German Camus, Dostoevsky, all those. So I used to read and we discuss, and because their writing is exactly what I was feeling, what my mind was feeling, they have expressed in those. But there, no answer. Especially, most famous is at the time the leader of the existentialism called Sartre, right? To seek meaning in life is absurd. See? No use. Then how to live? He proposed, you see, Now, we don't feel, though we are living, but we don't feel like really living. I won't feel that. Then he suggested, see, participation in social activities, whatever they are. But that will not give real satisfaction. So I started seeking here, there, here, there. Many organizations. But I couldn't get satisfactory answer. So one day, one of my friends came and left a book called The Outside by Colin Wilson. It was a bestseller during the 1950s and the 60s. Here, this author traces those who have asked the question of meaning of life. Writers, poets, even the painters, dancers. Then comes to British mystic called William Blake. William Blake is a poet and also painter. His poems are very popular because wonderful poems and then mystical touches. His writings also there, but that is not clear, not decipherable. This author is. Then next comes Ramakrishna Vivekananda. Here, whatever mystic experience is explained very clearly. And Ramakrishna himself has the experience of God. And then Swami Vivekananda, in very logical way, explains the meaning of life, meaning of this universe, the relation between human being, universe, and God. All this, though that captured. Then I was searching for next what I can get. Then that year I was still a university student, maybe 40 years. So during summer I did a part-time job in a university's library as they are doing a stock taking. So I was partnered with one assistant librarian. So we were talking, then I expressed, you see, what are you interested, etc. So I told her that I'm now interested in Ramakrishna and Vivekananda, but you might not know. But happened to be she knew. And then she brought a book, very old book. Have you read this? In Japanese. Roman Roland's Life and the Teachings of Swamiji and Ramakrishna Swamiji. Oh, I have been searching for this. Then immediately I took it and read it, and I'm very much convinced that, oh yes, this is the way. I should follow this one. Here is my answer. And Swamiji's beautiful explanation. And I wanted to know more about it. They say, how very interesting. It occurred quite fast. Previously, it was there, but I was not aware. But time comes, as Ramakrishna says, if you are not ready, God will not call you. So I think I was ready. So within maybe 1 month ago, I forgot. I went to my friend's house. This is another friend. He was not that interested in religion or in mystic or something. But his elder brother was very much in. Actually, he used to subscribe the Theophist magazine and also study Indian philosophy also. So he ordered the Bhagavad Gita translation, which was translated from Swami Prabhavanandaji's Bhagavad Gita, published from Hollywood. So one of the Japanese Vedanta societies member translated. So Vedanta Society, he ordered, and then they sent Bhagavad Gita along with their magazine called Vedanta. So I was browsing his bookshelf. Then one small this book I liked. It was a magazine, the Vedanta. Oh, let me see. Then I took it. Then cover page was Sri Ramakrishna. Oh, I see Sri Ramakrishna. Then I went through. Then abridged edition of Gospel has been translated and serialized. The other thing is that then those who are interested are welcome to meet us. So immediately checked the address. Then happened to be another friend who lived nearby this place. So I called him. You see, do you know this place? I want to visit. So he said, okay, it is coming Sunday. I'm free, so you come. So I went by the metro to the station. Then he was waiting. Then he drove. Then searching. Yes, because nowhere the signboard was there, so we couldn't find. Then they found a small lake was there, and then corner find two-story buildings. Looks like that maybe. So we go down. kept the car near the roadside and then down. Then it was the Vedanta Society of Japan. Where they call it Nippon. Nippon is Japan. Nippon Vedanta Society. So this was established by one Japanese gentleman who happened to be the disciple of Swami Madhavananda. He was a ninth president of our order. Swami Madhavananda, who translated, he was very particular Vedanta. He himself did the tapasya in Shintoism and then Buddhism. And he himself acquired certain kind of occult power. And he used to have his own group. But he read this Ramanujan's, this life and teaching of Sri Ramakrishna. Then he completely changed. Through means, never practiced or occult power, etc. Then established Ramakrishna Vivekananda Academy in Osaka. This is Osaka area. And then there, Swamis used to visit. Swami Ranganathananda Ji also visited. Swami Yatishwarananda Ji. And the other Swamis, those who used to pass through Japan, on the way to US or on their way back to India. They used to go. And then his name is Narayan Uchigaki. They gave the name Narayan. So Uchigaki is a Japanese name. So he realized the necessity to build a bigger house where they can accommodate more people. So with the help of local, his devotees and the non-people and the local Indian community, they built a nice building where they had a shrine also. About 50 to 60 people can be seated. And then a very nice residential area. So I went there. Then I started talking about, then they welcomed me. If you would like, they say you can stay here tonight and then why not go tomorrow? I said, okay. I said, then before dinner we have a prayer, so you please join. Then we were talking in the first floor. Here first floor is what, ground floor. It's a ground floor. So this first floor, there was a shrine. So let us go. Then went. The beautiful atmosphere. Background is a Panchavati, painted by one Bengali professor of art, Shantiniketan. I forgot the name. He painted those who have the old great master. The cover is exactly that they printed. Then Japanese one artist painted Ramakrishna's just this size. Then when this Narayan Uchigaki went to India, he was invited by the headquarters to attend the 1963 Swami's centenary. So he came. So at that time he purchased a marble, or I don't know, plaster of Paris, beautiful image of Ramakrishna, Horimada and Swamiji. So that they came. And then they started singing the Khandana Baba. Om Vrim Ritam, then Sarva Mangala, then Bhajan. This, while they were touring, they have learned, and also later, Narayan Uchigaki sent to his devotees. They took initiation from Swami Bireshwaranji later, but they stayed 1 year in Sharda Math. 1 year Sharda Math. And they learned many things. They came back, and then they were staying in Ashram. So that was a wonderful experience for me. It's actually, I was charmed by especially bhajans, beautiful bhajans. Then by that time, I was studying in the, though after graduation in economics, I was not at all interested. And then my interest came to Indian side. So I decided to study the Indian philosophy in one of the university. So as a research student. Then I thought about doing my master's there. But in the meantime, Ramakrishna entered. And then they invited me, you can stay here if you want. I stayed. Then my study stopped. And then I was drawn to Ramakrishna. And in 1975, this was the 1974. In 1974, the first Swami I met was the Swami Bhaskarananda Ji of Seattle, now 92 or 93 years old. No, almost 95 maybe. So he was on his way to Seattle. He was first time coming out of India. So I went to receive him at the airport, Osaka airport. Then he was quite rigid, for the first time coming out, so he was reticent also. So I took him around Kyoto, especially Osaka, Kyoto. Then one of the temple. It is called Sanju Sangendo. It is about maybe 100 meters or length. Big temple where 1,000 Buddha statues are kept. And the one big one, less, not so big, but same, exact human being's height. So behind that, there are Hindu gods and goddesses are kept. You see, Mahayana Buddhism, we accept, you see, Brahma appears, Indra appears, Varuna appears, Vayu appears. So those are carved. So those statues are kept behind this Buddha statue. Then he was surprised. Oh, this is a Hindu god. And then he was very much impressed. He liked it. So he came. Then he was the first Swami. Next year came the Swami Swahanandaji, 1975. Last he was in charge of Hollywood Center. Very learned, very affectionate, very broad-minded. He could attract many people. Actually, if you see, the Hollywood Center has a branch in New York, in Houston, you say Texas, and then
Washington D.C.
Washington D.C. Like that, all over. I say, so they used to call he's an emperor. He has an empire, but he's really he could embrace everybody. He's very very broad-minded. And then I was, because Bhaskarananda was very, for the first time coming out, so I can understand it. Very dead center, and then bit tense he was, bit nervous also. But afterwards completely changed, yes. Then this is Swahanandaji completely opposite. I was really surprised. He is from Bangladesh. He is actually from Bangladesh. And then there were Goswamis, Gosain. This Vaishnava family, traditional Brahmin family. Then I had to receive him. He came from Tokyo. Tokyo people used to invite him. So he came by bullet train. So I went to receive him. So I was expecting this. You see, Indian Swami, that is our fixed, prejudice also. Must be, a little dark complexion, and then very fair, very high nose, and then this. He is tall, and he doesn't look like Indian. Really, is he? Then they started speaking the English. I could understand. Oh yes, he's a Bengali. So then we started. Then I took him to Nara. I took him to Kyoto, and he was very much. Especially Nara. In Nara, we have at the time now changed the tallest Buddha statue, sitting Buddha statue, bronze statue, big one. So when I took him, they say first he wanted to remove his shoes. But in Japan, you can go with shoes. Certain area you can't. But she said, oh, I can. Then he was really magnificent. Or he was really old. So that I remember. Then later also, I had a good, very benefited by his acquaintance. So that was the second Swami. And another Swami also came. Then in 1975, I stayed there, latter part of 1974. Started staying in the Vedantic Society. Then, January 1st, 1975, this Mr. Narayan Uchigaki, Venerable Narayan Uchigaki, he told me, you better join Ramakrishna order. Then, by the time I came to know he's a very respectable person, very highly spiritual person, and I said, yes, immediately. So he wrote a letter to Prabhu Maharaj, Vireshwaranandaji. Then Vireshwaranandaji replied after 3 months. Yes, we have received your letter. I have handed over to Swami Gambhirananda, who was the secretary, general secretary. So I waited, no reply. So after 3 months, that means after 6 months the reply came. It is very difficult to live in India. Your language problem, food problem, climate problem, so better not to come. That was, then, no, I wrote again, no, I will endure everything, and then I shall do whatever I can, so please accept me, like the pleading letter. I wrote. Another 6 months I had to wait. Then, you say, yes, okay, this is certifying the guarantor's letter, see, where when he is in India, we will sponsor everything, like that. With that, long-term visa I got, 1 year visa. Then I jumped. in 1976 February, and then joined the Belur Math. So 1 year I was in Belur Math as free probationer. Under Swami Atmasthananda, he later became the president. So first my duty was, you know batasha? Here also they give batasha, packing the batasha, prasad packing. Then every Monday also, say, pranami counting. Thakur's they say Paisa Gunchi, I learned. Paisa Gunchi. That is Bengali word, counting the money. So that was my first duty. And of course, morning we had to do gardening and all those things. And then it was interesting at the same time, yes, tough life, especially when I joined, that was February, it was okay. Then March, April came, my God, that heat, and then, as you know, Bengal, humid, terrible humid, and then no fan. We are in the, like this room, 5 brahmacharis staying together. And then, you see, our younger Bengalis are very noisy. so I had a very, very tough time. At the same time, I'm enjoying, and especially when the current president or secretary of Rajkot Ashram, Swami Nikhileshwarananda, you might have heard of this. He joined after me. After me, maybe 2 or 3 days after me, he joined. Then he was already thorough in Ramakrishna Vivekananda, well led. So we started conversing, and he started asking, have you read this? Have you read that? No, because I only read in Japanese. Whatever translated into Japanese, I read. At the time, some parts of Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Eternal Companion, published. Then Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, published. Then others are hardly published. So, for example, 4 Seekers of God, Mahapurush Maharaj says, beautiful. Have you read this? No, I didn't know this is there. Then he will point this. Then I decided, yes, I will read all. Then whatever they say, whenever I was free, I used to read and read and read. And then after reading, oh, I have to translate this. So wonderful, this is not there. Another book, I have to translate it. Like that, so many beautiful ones. In that way, 1 year passed. 1 year passed. We had a class also. In the beginning, one Swamiji, who is a retired Swamiji, who used to be the Acharya of training center. He used to teach us Bhagavad Gita. And then a little bit of chanting also. Oh, Swamiji's works also. Some of the Swamiji's works we used to learn. That's from him. Then I was asked to go to Hyderabad in 1977, March. In the meantime, Ranganathananda came to Belur Math during the trustees meeting. 4 times a year he used to come. And then Ranganathananda, because he visited the Japanese center, many photos were there. And also, when Narayan Uchigaki went to the centenary celebration, he took the 8mm videos. Video means 8mm films. So I used to watch. Everybody, our mission people, and then Narayan Uchigaki used to explain who is this. Even in that Krishna Ishavu is there, Swami Nikhilananda was there. Then there's other many Swamis, senior Swamis were there.
No, videos are still there? Or?
Must be there, because I don't know how they are keeping. So it was very precious. So Ranganathananda also was there, and then photos are there. He visited already twice Japan. So his face was familiar, and he was so friendly. You see, no formalities with him, though hi, but he was, oh, come on, I love Japan. He said. Then I became very close to him, and then he himself asked me, because 2 brahmacharis came to training center from Hyderabad, so 2 replacements were required, so he selected me as well. Before that, already 3 Japanese joined under him. Yes, in Gold Park, but unfortunately 2 left. 1 remained there, took sannyasa, but after sannyasa he left. So in this way, I was 1 year in Belur Math. That was very good, because you learn the tradition, what kind of festivals, then what kind of things they have to do. Seeing this huge crowd, during the Thakur Utsav, especially public Utsav. Then Ramakrishna's used things used to be kept. And then we are there to God. So very interesting. Generally, the public Utsav on Sundays, they say Ramakrishna's birthday celebrated publicly, so many people can come. Real birthday is maybe weekday only, so limited people can come. So there, so once a year they exhibit in a showcase Ramakrishna, what Ramakrishna used in both, and then public Utsav, what they call what do you say? Duties allocation there. All the sadhus and brahmachari gather in our library, Vedanta library, which is very big. Then Atmasana used to announce this. Then generally foreigners are kept there. So my time, first year, how many Americans are there? 1, 2, 4 Americans, 1 Dane from Denmark. So they are doing a training center, this course. So they are much senior to me, 3 years, at least 3 years senior to me. Then Satyalokananda, Atmasana, you put the part also there, she said. Then this American says, actually we are not guarded, we are exhibited there. So we do have a foreign this people. In that way, my duty used to be there. At the same time, this prasad distribution also I used to work. So that is a big occasion. Then each festival, Kali Puja, Durga Puja, then all the direct disciples birthday celebration. It is a very good experience. Like this. So then went to Hyderabad. There, Vedantic is traditional of Hyderabad. Swami Ranganathananda visiting every time, they say every year to all over the world. So Hyderabad had several centers. Then when headquarters decided to take over, they consolidated in one. Swami, in this connection I will tell you, Swami Vivekananda said, wherever you go, spread the message. Wherever you go, establish the society. In that way, one Swami Satyalokananda, very learned Swami, who was the editor of Prabhupada also. So he went to Hyderabad, and then small Hyderabad city, he established nearly 5 small, what they call, Pata Chakra is there. In the Bengal they call it gatherings. So that they made it one. And then headquarters taken over. Then sent Ranganathananda to head this Hyderabad center. So that was just it was a 4-story building. First story library, second story the auditorium, about 400 people, etc. Then third story is the 3 monks could stay and the dining hall. And then basement was there, but the basement somehow once heavy rain came and inundated. So after that we stopped using. So from huge, Verumat to just one building, this center was transferred. And then, but there for the first time I heard Ranganathananda speak. He was speaking on Bhagavad Gita. And then, actually at that time maybe more than 600 to 800 people used to gather. 400 seats, not sufficient. So overflowing everywhere, including the library side. Still he was young. Literally, with high speed, high ideas coming out, pouring out, and the whole atmosphere is elevated. That I felt, my God, this is something completely new. Here is a person who can really convey the Swami's message or Vedanta's message in a beautiful way, positive way, which everybody get encouraged. And then you have that, yes, I can do. That Ranganathananda did wherever he went. That's why he became so popular. He could deliver to anyone, everybody. He used to tell, see, once he was asked to speak to a Supreme Court judge in Delhi. So he was invited, all the judges are sitting there. So Then some of you may know, see, when he was here, auditorium was not there. On the lawn, every Sunday he used to be packed with so many people. Previously, before his coming, our Ramakrishna Mission Delhi Center was not so much known. After his coming, many people started coming. Intellectuals, university professors, including American ambassadors. They were sitting on the lawn like this, all packed. So he could speak to anybody, everybody. Fisherman, once he went to Andhra Pradesh coast. Andhra Pradesh, huge cyclone was there, 1977, I think. 1,000 people died. And the Ramakrishna Mission built more than 1,000 buildings. Then many Swamis used to go, or Swamis are stationed there. So once, it's near coastal area, so fishermen there. So they also he spoke. Tribals also he used to speak. Then one of our committee members, he was related to the traffic control or something. So, Maharaj, can you speak to auto rickshaws? Yes, why not? To auto rickshaws. Students, frequent. Wherever he went, suitable message he could give. So, in Nagpur, he was invited by military. So, his topic was Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha. Remembering me, Sri Krishna, God, fight. See? So they are doing the very important work. He used to stress, you see, their sacrifice in the frontier, snow-capped areas. Many Indian soldiers are stationed there. How they protect their nations, unless they have the love inside, love our country. So he used to inspire them in that way. So I had the blessed days with Swamiji for 18 long years. And then, as Hanuman loved Rama, I loved Swamiji. Really. High, noble, nothing cheap. See, everything so wonderful. I really felt this. Fall in love with the man. That was Swami Ranganathananda. And then I used to admire his speech, his writings, all this. First as Sevak, then I became secretary, so I could go everywhere. I could visit everywhere. So, and then in 96, I left him and then went back to Japan for some time. Then I came back to Advaita Ashram, there 1 year. Then I came to Singapore. This, many people, I wanted to speak Abhyasa. Why? Many people feel after initiation also, the progress is slow. We do not know how much we progressed. Which is not easy. Actually, I myself thought before coming to India, within 2 years I will be enlightened. And I will go back to Japan and I'll preach. That was my thinking. I thought it is easy. Then, after going, learning about karma, how much karma? Always clashing with, I said, the 5 brahmachari in same room. Another 5 brahmachari next room. After all, we are young. Some of them are still teenagers. And then I'm also young. So, ego and the egos clash. It is not easy. Slowly it will be rounded. So, I thought it is easy. But no, it is not so. And then how much we have sanskars inside. Unless we cleanse ourselves. But our Ramakrishna, Horimada, Swamiji and other disciples are sure. Yes, you go ahead. You go ahead. Surely Ramakrishna is behind. See, now this Yoga Sutra, the saying is there. Main thing in the Yoga Sutra is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Chittasya Vritti Nirodha. Controlling your Swamiji translated as a mind stuff. Our thought, which pops up every second, Kushana. You see, our mind is not at all still, always popping up one another. Total cessation of that is the yoga. And then that can be done by abhyasa and vairagya. Just like when Arjuna asked Krishna, my mind is chanchara, always restless. It is like to control the wind, it is impossible. But Sri Krishna also answers, Abhyasena Konteya, Vairagyena cha Grihyate, saying, Yoga Sutra, Patanjali also says, saying. And then there, he tells the sloka. Yeah. He tells, this is chapter 114. He says, Satu Dirgakara, Nairantarya, then Satkara, Asevitaha, Drida Bhumihi. First, Abhyasa you have to do. How much? How long we should do? Dirgakara. You have to do it long. Not short. You think within a year or two? No. In this connection, I'll tell you a story. In Hollywood, they have a convent also, monastery also. So Swami Satyalokananda was in charge. So one young girl joined with enthusiasm after reading. She enthusiasm. So after joining, she used to get up very early morning and do meditation. See, Arati time is Mangala Arati time. Morning Arati time is fixed, but she will get up early. And then she was so enthusiastic to continue. Swahanandaji observed 1 week. See, I appreciate your enthusiasm and then eagerness to realize. But this is not a 100-meter run. It is a marathon. See, if you do so much now, soon you'll be disappointed and you'll stop. You follow like others and consider this is your life work. Whole life you have to do, not just a short period. So this is Dirgakala. Keep in mind. Okay. Then Nairantarya, without break, without ceasing, continuously. That is very, very important. So you might have heard Ravi Shankar, he said, if I do not practice one day, I know my skill is not up to the mark. If I don't practice maybe 2 days or 3 days, my accompaniment, that means tablicist will know. He hasn't practiced. And then if I don't practice written more, the audience will know. So everyday practice for us as much as possible. Continuous practice we have to do. Then Satkara, this is devotion, faith, strong faith, conviction. We must have the Shraddha. Swamiji stressed the Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Your real nature is Atman. Your real nature is divine, which is now dormant. Swamiji told us, we are potentially divine. Potential, not manifested, but we can manifest. That conviction, we should have it. So then, next is Asevita. It is practiced assiduously. You must practice very hard. Namby-pamby attitude practicing will not help. You must do it. Then you will attain the Drida Bhumi. You will establish. Firmly established in that height. Your calmness of mind achieved, which Swami Satyalokananda attained, or Sthira Prajna, those firmly established. That is so. And then, as I read, and then many saints tell us, yes, you will surely, if you consistently do, you are sure. Sooner or later, but you must do it. When God's grace falls, we do not know. Surely God's grace appears. And then we have to strive. Okay?
Okay, Maharaj.
Yeah. Right. So, namaskar. Thank you. Gahore Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Gahore Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Aji Shubhadine Mire Bhakata Jan Aji Shubhadine Gaho Gaho Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Gaho Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Ramakrishna Name, Ramakrishna Preme, Ramakrishna Name, Ramakrishna Preme, Matiya uthuk dhara dham, Matiya uthuk dhara dham, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Harite Bhubhat Prema Avatar, Harite Bhubhat Prema Avatar, Prabhu Ramakrishna Gunadam, Prabhu Ramakrishna Gunadam, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Jai Ram Jai Krishna Vishwaguru Ramakrishna, Jai Ram Jai Krishna Vishwaguru Ramakrishna, Ekadare Shama Shiva Sham, Ekadare Shama Shiva Sham, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, 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 Aaj ye Shubh Din mere Bhagat Jan, Aaj ye Shubh Din mere Bhagat Jan, Gaho Gaho Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Gaho Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Ramakrishna Name, Ramakrishna Preme, Ramakrishna Name, Ramakrishna Preme, Matiya uthuk dhara dham, Matiya uthuk dhara dham, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Harite Bhubhar Prema Avatar, Harite Bhubhar Prema Avatar, Prabhu Ramakrishna Gunadham, Prabhu Ramakrishna Gunadham, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Jai Ram Jai Krishna Vishwaguru Ramakrishna, Jai Ram Jai Krishna Vishwaguru Ramakrishna, Ekadare Shama Shiva Sham, Ekadare Shama Shiva Sham, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam, Gaho Re Jaya Jaya Ramakrishna Nam. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Mahamai Ki Jai, Jai Swamiji Maharaj Ki Jai. May our holy trio bless us all. Srimad Swami Saradananda Maharaj Ki Jai.